Welcome back, everyone. Today's explainer is literally a must-watch for anyone navigating the wild, wild frontier of artificial intelligence governance. We are looking at the ultimate blueprint to tame rogue AI, the ISO/IEC 42001-2023 standard. We're going to see exactly how to build and really promote a culture of integrity and transparency within your organization completely from the ground up. If you've been looking for a rock-solid structural framework to ensure your AI isn't just powerful but also principled and accountable, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Can we truly trust an AI making decisions behind closed doors? I mean, the stakes of unchecked automation have literally never been higher. When AI systems operate without a verifiable culture of integrity, the fallout is severe. We're talking about massive privacy breaches, discriminatory decision-making, and just a complete breakdown of public trust. The standard we're examining today provides the rigorous architecture we need to actually trust the machines we build. So here is our roadmap for building this architecture of trust. First, we'll look at the AI trust deficit, then defining AI ethical principles, followed by fostering transparency with XAI. After that, we'll cover documenting integrity measures, and finally, securing AI with controls. All right, Section 1, the AI trust deficit, navigating AI risks. You know, the core problem plaguing modern artificial intelligence is what we call black box AI. This refers to systems where the decision-making processes are, well, completely opaque. They just aren't understandable or transparent to us human operators. And this lack of transparency, it creates a total loss of accountability. Because think about it, if we can't see how the machine thinks, we can't audit its ethics or its logic. It is a fundamental roadblock to trust. To really ground this standard in reality, let's consider the high-stakes impacts. Imagine an AI-powered loan approval system rejects an applicant, and the bank officer reviewing the case has absolutely no idea why. Or consider an autonomous vehicle making a split-second decision that results in an accident, or biased healthcare algorithms misdiagnosing patients. These aren't just hypotheticals, right? They are the severe, real-world human impacts of opaque AI that this ISO standard is specifically designed to prevent. Moving on to Section 2, defining AI ethical principles, the foundation of trust. So the crucial point here is that fairness, privacy, and accountability are non-negotiable structural pillars. ISO/ISC 42001 strictly demands fairness and bias mitigation, ensuring these algorithms don't just perpetuate historical discrimination. It also requires privacy by design and by default, which protects sensitive data at every single step. And, crucially, it mandates clear accountability and responsibility, meaning, at the end of the day, a human being is always ultimately answerable for the AI's output. The standard really demands a complete mindset shift. It states that privacy considerations should not be an afterthought, but a foundational element of the AI system's lifecycle. Ethical AI actually requires proactive design. It means minimizing data collection right from the very start, using anonymization where appropriate, and ensuring that protecting the user is just as important as training the model itself. Okay, Section 3, fostering transparency with XAI, Explainable AI. Let's compare a black box AI, which is opaque, unauditable, and unaccountable, basically an auditor's worst nightmare, with explainable AI, or XAI. XAI is transparent, auditable, and human understandable. It fosters transparency in decision-making by ensuring operators always know exactly why a specific decision was made. Think about it. If an AI recommends a specific medical treatment, XAI provides the underlying rationale so the doctor can actually genuinely trust it. Now, the standard doesn't just say, hey, be transparent. It demands receipts. Organizations must use and thoroughly document specific analysis methods. We're talking about tools like model cards, which clearly report an AI model's behavior and limitations, or techniques like LIME and SHOP, which break down predictions by feature contributions, showing you exactly which data points influenced a decision. It even calls for counterfactual explanations. These documented methods are the hard evidence you hand over to an auditor to prove beyond a doubt that your AI is interpretable. Bringing us to Section 4, documenting integrity measures, the governance paper trail. Let's move to and see how this builds a continuous paper trail of governance. To pass an ISO audit, you absolutely need a top-down flow, starting with high-level policy statements that outline your ethical objectives. Then, You document the specific procedures and processes used to implement those policies. Next, you clearly define roles and responsibilities, who exactly is doing what. And finally, you maintain granular control records, like system access logs and backup records. So, why is this paper trail so incredibly important? Well, traceability is essential. You have to trace data provenance. Where did that training data actually come from? You need to track model lineage. How exactly has the algorithm changed over time? And you need to trace individual AI decisions all the way back to their inputs. Meticulous documentation is essentially the instruction manual for your trusted AI. It captures everything, from initial stakeholder feedback down to the final access logs, ensuring nothing is hidden in the shadows. And our final section, Section 5, Securing AI with Controls, Safeguarding Integrity. And this brilliantly illustrates how technical controls specifically protect the integrity of the data itself. You can see the control types mapping directly to their purposes here. Access logs, utilizing role-based access controls, prevent unauthorized viewing of sensitive model data. Cryptographic controls ensure absolute data integrity so that absolutely no one can tamper with the datasets. And non-repudiation mechanisms create verifiable, undeniable audit trails. Look, these aren't just tedious IT chores. They're the physical locks that enforce the very governance culture we've been talking about. The standard specifically highlights these cryptographic protections. You've got to have data encryption both in transit and at rest. Cryptographic hashing is required to ensure that a dataset hasn't been subtly altered behind your back. And digital signatures are used for document verification and sign-offs. These mathematical guarantees are huge. They make unauthorized tampering practically impossible, ensuring the integrity of your AI literally from the code level up. So we come to the final, really crucial question to ask yourself and your team. Is your organization's AI a locked black box or a transparent architecture of trust? You see, implementing ISO/ISC 42001-2023 isn't just about checking boxes for some compliance audit. It's an actionable mandate to build a true culture of integrity. By embedding ethical principles, utilizing explainable AI, rigorously documenting your governance, and locking the whole shebang down with cryptographic controls, you transform your AI from a huge liability into a transparent, deeply trusted asset. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.